What up, 2A family? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you guys stopping by and spending some time with me. So let's get into it. This is going to be a quick tabletop. First impressions, just talk about the Apollo 11 compact pistol that you see in front of you. So jump into first impressions and how we feel about the Apollo 11 compact. So when the Apollo 11 was first introduced, I was really considering getting one because I've been wanting to jump into the 2011 game or double stack 1911. So I've been really wanting to jump into the game, but I didn't want to shell out quite the money that it costs to get into a staccato and, you know, some of the other higher end models. So I started kind of looking around to see what other options are out there. And of course you have the Mac 9, which is being pretty heavily praised right now. And you also have its sibling, the T.S, like BR9 or whatever it's called, which is just a cheaper version of the Mac, in my opinion. And I have not shot any of those guns. I actually have not shot the Apollo 11 either. So with that being said, I have shot some 2011s. I've shot staccato, and I've also shot a Prodigy before, and some other ones I don't remember the name of. Outside of shooting, just holding guns, manipulating them. Man, I've had my hands on some masterpieces, or masterpiece arms, and some other higher end 2011s, and I must say that just holding those guns, manipulating the slide, when they talk about slides like glass, oh my gosh, there are some out there. But at any rate, that's not what we have in front of us right now. We have what will be considered a budget 2011, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's jump into it. All right, before we get too far into it, I should take a closer look at this thing. Oh man, this thing is beautiful. I am really impressed with the fit and finish of it so far. Again, I have not shot it yet, so let's verify clear real quick. Take a look in there. You can see it is clear. All right, and this magazine is not loaded. So this is a 17 round. I believe it's a Checkmate mag, but it does have the Live Free Armory written on the side of it. And before we get any further, let's just admire the slide. Man, I love racking this thing. And we could do a little press check here. All right, man, it feels so good. Anyway, I've been doing that a lot since I got it. Picked it up a couple days ago, and I have just spent a lot of time just racking the slide and manipulating the trigger and hammer, and just, kind of getting a feel for the gun. I did take it down and clean it, just so I can familiarize myself with the parts and how it comes apart, how it's put back together. And I must say, it was not difficult to do. I know a lot of people talk about the whole paperclip thing, that you have to stick into the guide rod when you take it down. It wasn't that big of a deal. I can understand why people want to go toolless, and maybe at some point in the future, I might feel that way too. But as of right now, I'm cool with the way that it takes down. So before I get into my heavy first impressions of the gun, let me just run over a couple of specs for those who are not familiar with the Apollo 11. Barrel is it's not 4 1/4. All these other 2011s, kind of like the Prodigy, and I want to say one of the staccatos. I don't remember if it's the C2 or I can't remember. Most of them are either 5-inch or 4 1/4. So the full size Apollo 11 is 5 inches. This one is the 4 1/4, which is the compact version. And it's actually not 4 1/4. It's 4.15 inches. I don't know why they cut off that 1/10 of an inch or whatever I'm not a measurements guy, but I don't know why they cut that off and just to make it 4 1/4 like the rest of them. But I will say though, I like the overall length of it. It does not feel too long or too bulky, kind of like the Prodigy. When I held the Prodigy, that thing was just so massive to me. And that is the reason why I did not jump into the Prodigy. All right, so before we go any further, for those who have been following my channel, you know that I love triggers. So first thing we're going to do is take a look at this trigger. It is supposed to be weighted between 3.5 and 4.5 pounds. And I would say it's probably somewhere in the 4 range. And again, we've already verified it's clear. And we'll just take a look at the trigger. A little bit of take up there, not a whole lot. And man, all these 2011s just break so clean. So let's see what the reset looks like. A little bit of, yeah, just a little bit of play there, and then it breaks again. Let's just take another look. A little bit of take up. And on the reset, it's very short. There you go. And it breaks back again. So overall fit and finish, if you look at this thing, tolerances are great, man. There is no play, very minimal play at the back. But on the front, that tight is tight, locked up. Of course, we have the bull barrel there with the crown. That thing is nice, and I am really feeling that. So when I took this thing apart and just looked at all the pieces, the materials that were used are very high quality. So I was pretty impressed, man. The safeties on here are pretty high quality as well. Very well made. That click, getting the safety. It's really nice. Now on some of the guns or some of the 2011 pistols, I noticed that the safety, when you click it down, is not very solid. And you know, if you were carrying this gun, if this thing was easily manipulated down, then the safety may come off while you're carrying it. This one, you have to actually apply a good amount of pressure to get that safety down. And the actual ledge of the safety is a pretty nice size. So when you are shooting, you can see that ledge there. You can get your thumb on there. So you have a little bit of a ledge there, and you can rest your thumb on there when you're shooting. I do wish that there was kind of like a shelf, or as they call gas pedal, out here, which there is not, but it's all good. So we'll see how it handles once I actually get it out to the range. So far, I am very impressed. The sights are nice, blacked out rears, and a very bright tritium front sight. All right, so to wrap this thing up and not make this video too long, let's just touch base on some of the other pieces here and go ahead and like I said, wrap it up here. So the slide catch is solid. It's a nice metal piece here. The slide itself is very high quality. All right. The trigger, I believe they still use the red dirt trigger in here. One of my gripes about this gun would be actually the trigger. The trigger itself is fine, but if you notice that there's a little bit of play there with the trigger, and I am not feeling that. Outside of that, as far as the trigger itself, like I said, it's fine. The hammer is made out of a nice quality material as well. No issues there. The grip module, a lot of people, talk about this 3D print or whatever. I think it's fine. I like it. I don't have any gripes or complaints on it right now. I mean, it is 3D printed. It's, it's polymer, plastic, or whatever. It's a pretty durable material, though. It is very solid and sturdy. So I have no doubts that it's going to perform and hold up well. Don't know about the main spring housing. I'm still new to the platform, so I'll learn more about that. But the actual scales on here are really nicely done. The grip safety. Now, I am not a fan of grip safeties. I really wish they would go away. So we'll figure out what we're going to do with that. Probably get it pinned at some point. I don't want to do the little band thing that I see a lot of people do. I think it looks kind of tacky, but that's just my opinion. So I'll probably get it pinned at some point. But that's it for now, man. We do have the rail in the front, so you should be able to run all of your lights on there. And then, of course, it's optic cut RMSC footprint, which, people have complained about. They want the RMS footprints that can carry the full size optics. I'm not an optic guy, so I don't really care about that. But for the people who are optic people, this is the C footprint. So if that is not something that you can, live with, then, this may not be the gun for you. Other than that, everything else build quality wise is very nice. I love the relief cuts on the front. Those are really nice. That's one of the things that sold me on this gun, along with the colors. This is the Elite Gray. They also have a flat dark earth, and then of course solid black. I really like that flat dark earth. When I was looking at them, I held all of them, every single color. I wanted to just buy all three. But the flat dark earth really, really contrasts well with the grip module. The black, of course, is just nice because it's black. Blacked out everything. Can't go wrong with that, right? But anyway, I wanted some contrast, so that's why I went with the Elite Gray. But that's pretty much it, man. I'm not, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. First impressions, I am impressed with this gun. I like it. I am hoping that when I get it to the range, I am thoroughly impressed as well. I have no doubts that that's going to be the case, but time will tell, and we will see. Again, appreciate you guys being here. That is the end of this video. I will see you guys on the next video for the range review. Peace.